Yo, what is up everybody? What's happening? DJ Kev here, back again with another video and back again with another gig log. So this is actually the last event of the year. The venue is actually about 5 minutes away from my job, so not too far away. I've actually never been here before. So obviously the right thing to do is to check out the venue at some point before the day of the event. And obviously I am notoriously known for not doing that. So let's continue to press our luck. But hopefully loading is not too bad and I have a good place to set. Another somewhat issue is that I DJ'd for this company, my old job, last week. So I have to make sure that my sets are not stale. But then again, I'm not exactly sure if the same people will be going to this one because it is for a different unit. However, of course, the right thing to do is to make sure that I am reading the crowd properly and seeing what the crowd is calling for. You know, we don't play the exact same music every single event, but our pathways are pretty much very similar. So I want to make sure I'm not doing the same exact tricks or word plays. I want to keep it fresh and make sure that I'm playing as client-centered music as possible. And last but not least, I do want to bring up the fact that this was the one time a venue was pretty adamant on making sure that I did have DJ insurance. So that's something I had to get. That's my first time in 5 years where venues may bring it up, but usually I could sign a waiver form to get out of it. But this time they really had to make sure that I had DJ insurance. So I did get that. I got it through Insurance Canopy. It was about 60 bucks. It was good for 3 days. I did not get it for the whole year. It's just not something I feel like I personally need. Knock on wood, again, many times we're pressing our luck with our company, but I did do as they said and I got the insurance, and I guess it's legit because it went through. So shout out to Insurance Canopy. Thank you for making that an easy process. And also because I don't get asked of that many times, I just added that bill to their bill and just had them front all of it. I'm not exactly sure if you guys do the same thing, but I did feel like that was necessary since it's the only time I was ever asked for it. Anyways, as you guys can tell, I still am at work. I have about one more patient to see, and then I'll be heading down there and checking out the place, making sure I set up on time. So I'll catch you guys soon. Wish me luck. Peace. Alright guys, so we're here. Load-in wasn't too bad. I went through the front lobby just to make sure that I knew where the party was and that they knew who I was, and luckily everything's all good so far. Behind me is actually my car. I'll back up and show you guys right there. So hopefully load out will be just as easy, but we're right here. I'm able to walk into the back door and all my stuff's behind me, and the room is actually straight ahead to my right. So I'm gonna try to set up. I actually have like about an hour, but you know what happens with early setup, so you still gotta stay on your toes no matter what. I'm gonna make sure I set up on time, get dressed on time. Anything can happen at this point, but let's show you guys around the room. I'm gonna push my stuff closer to where I'm setting up and we'll get things going. See you guys soon. Peace. So we are all set as usual. Let me turn you guys around and show you what we have for today. So as usual, we have the Rane 1 going into Serato DJ Pro. We have the LD microphone system, GoPro Hero 10, which I'll set up behind me. We have our microphone stand, some water because it's very essential as per some DJ tips. We also have the RCF Evox J8. I don't know when I'll get rid of these. Eventually I'll upgrade them, but I really love these things. Let me show you guys what we're looking like from the front. So we are just DJ today, so just 2 speakers, technically 2 subs, DJ booth. So yeah, we're just sound and announcements. This event starts at 6:30. Right now it's 6:05. So we have about 25 minutes to change, get ready. I already did a sound check along with the microphone, so those are working so far. Always gotta appreciate the nice tape job. I'm actually running out of the tape that I brought, so minimal tape today. Always tape your outlets. As mentioned, you guys will be right behind me. Not with that though. You guys will be with our little concoction here. GoPro on top. This part screws into the tripod on the bottom, and you guys are able to see a dance set. As usual, we're gonna do the best we can. We'll get the party going. I'm gonna try to be a little different than the last party. Maybe a few more line dances. I think last party I only did one. I did wobble, so maybe we'll try it a couple more. I'm gonna show you guys around the room. I'm gonna get changed and we're gonna get started. So once again, wish me luck, DJ Kev. I'm out. Peace. Actually, real quick, I do want to say that they brought their own photo booth, and I do see some DJs use the tripod that is essentially a selfie stick and works for some parties. Obviously, they have this hedge wall behind them. It'll make for a good background, and I know they'll make the most of it. So, hey, listen, if I'm not in your budget for a photo booth, I'm A-okay with that. Do whatever makes you happy. I am curious to see how this photo booth works out for this party. Anywho, once again, wish me luck. We're gonna try to play a little bit of everything today and try to give these nurses a good party. Once again, time to change. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
The worm on the dance floor. Community Medical Center. Holiday Party 2025. I know where everybody's from. 2A, where you at? You really don't wanna dance by standing on the wall.
Alright, as you guys know, I usually don't drink at events, but it's the last event of the year. So, cheers to you guys, cheers to my clients, cheers to anyone watching. Love you guys. Salud. Boom. Red vodka, can't go wrong. Back to dancing.
Grab somebody sexy. Some Shure fans in the building. If you know what I need to hear ya. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. My name is DJ Kev. We are down to our last song of the night. So I invite everybody to sing along with me for our last song of the night. One more song. For the mainland, I'm so sorry. Here's all I have for you guys.
Alright guys, well there you have it, another gig log in the books. This was my last event of 2025 and now we're here in my first gig log of 2026. Once again, I love partying with my nurses. It's a female dominant field and they typically love to drink due to the high stress levels of the job. So of course they're going to want to drink and dance the night away. Again, something different about this event was the fact that I was required to have DJ insurance in order to play at this venue. As I mentioned, I personally do not have DJ insurance, but I know in general it is there, because it is written in blood that unfortunately accidents do happen. And when I first started DJing, I was told that if a client ever asked me for DJ insurance, then I should overall charge more for the event. So luckily they were a-okay with the price of that being added in. And again, shout out to Insurance Canopy. I'm glad I was able to do that 3-day policy. Another thing with this event that I really hate almost as much as difficult load-ins was the fact that the bar was in a different room. Of course it is our jobs to look around the room and see if anyone is dancing or reacting to any of the songs that we're playing, and for all I know, people could be reacting to the music, but they're at the bar in the other room and I'll just never know. I think that just messes with me mentally. However, we're in 2026 and we're trying to express a little more gratitude throughout the year, so I'll just say that I'm very thankful that there was even a bar there in the first place to allow some alcohol to be involved in this event. This event was actually a relatively short party. It was only 3 hours long, so that allowed for about a 30-minute walk-in, about a 30-minute dinner, and nearly a 2-hour dance set. But even though it was a shorter party, I did charge my full DJ price, nice because I feel like you block out the whole night anyway, so that's why my pricing is not per hour but per event. And on top of it all, we all know for corporate parties, we all know it's a tax write-off for these bigger companies. So back to the initial issue that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this was another group of nurses for the same hospital, but it was for a different unit. So realistically, maybe 5 of the same nurses were at that last week's party and this party, but I still really wanted to make sure I played some kind of different music in order to not sound like a jukebox. I will say for my dance sets, my pathway of how I start off is typically the same. I usually either start with Dancing Queen or September, sometimes a line dance like Cupid Shuffle, or of course if it's a wedding then I start with the Good Luck dance, but I still really tried to find different songs thereafter. I mean, I'm all for if the crowd calls for it, then just play it, but I don't know if that's something you guys deal with internally as well. Especially for those of you who play at the bars every week. In my head, I would always hate when the bartenders or workers would hear some of my same songs, transitions, or tricks over and over again. Like I said, just makes it feel like a jukebox instead of an actual DJ. Also have to apologize for the lighting that you guys saw during those dance sets. It really was super dark in there, and unfortunately they didn't ask for dance floor lighting, but I know it would have worked great in this room. Last but not least, I have to say their photo booth killed it. Obviously I would never advertise or recommend a simple tripod with a ring light and deem that acceptable, but it'll always go to show that clients typically never care about the bells and whistles. They're just happy a specific service is even there, and then they make the most of it. So you really have to make sure your purchases make sense for your company. My photo booth was maybe $800, which is relatively cheap. I know they can get up to even about $3,500 for certain photo booths, but I bet that tripod and ring light was about $20, and it was still able to draw a crowd. So just keep that in mind when you feel like you have to get the most expensive equipment. You really don't. In my opinion, unless you advertise yourself as a high-end DJ company, then maybe yes, you should shoot for those high-end products, but I know for someone like me, I gotta keep in mind that it's okay to just keep it simple sometimes, since clearly majority of clients won't care. Now, as you saw, I got lucky that they gave me the one more song chant, though unfortunately in my opinion I fumbled. I decided to play the famous sing-along of Bohemian Rhapsody, which was likely selfish because I personally love that song and I haven't been able to play it in a while, so maybe half the crowd sang along, but overall the crowd pretty much died down. I barely even got a reaction when the beat dropped. So thinking back, it was a poor song choice because just prior to this song, I already played the iconic sing-along in December of All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, which already killed, so I should have just tried to keep that energy going, maybe with like an Every Time We Touch or a Show Me Love, just to keep that energy going. But hey, we gig and we learn. Hope everyone has some personal goals or resolutions for the new year. For me, I know I'm hoping to post more content here on YouTube for you guys, but also on Instagram to market myself better for my clients. I also hope to come up with some new creative transitions that I'll be able to play throughout this new year. And lastly, I'm also hoping for 2026 that on weekends where I'm not DJing, I hope to go out there and listen to live DJs more often. I think it's a win-win situation because it's a way for me to get better by seeing how other DJs try to work the night and see what songs work for them. But I also feel like it's great for the DJ community in general because it's important for us to support other DJs. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. 2025 is officially over and 2026 is here. I'm wishing everyone a very happy new year. As you know, my name is DJ Kev, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.